That door, Kevin McHale not walking through that door. Oh man, it was a rough decade for the Celtics.
Just under 5 left in the fourth. The Knicks up by 2. Rondo with room. A loose ball foul against the Knicks. It's a non-shooting foul. Second team foul. It's on Douglas.
And give New York some credit here because they were on the verge of kind of getting knocked out physically. And they've responded here the last few minutes. They've picked up their defense themselves. And now they're forcing Boston into some tough shots and back to that sort of slow, static pace that we saw from Boston in the first half.
Pierce with a rainbow, yes. And the game is tied at 75.
Well, over the last few years, this is where Boston carves people up. They win these games. Question is, do they still win these games after the Perkins trade? We're about to find out.
Although this season they have had difficulties in the fourth quarter. Shot clock at 4. Billups for 3. He is known as Mr. Big Shot, and that was a key jumper by Chauncey Billups with the clock down to 4 minutes to go.
He doesn't make as many of them anymore, but he's not afraid to take them, and he is unafraid of the situation.
Offensive foul on the Celtics.
Well, nice play from Carmelo Anthony. The penetration and the kick, which is the way New York has to play against this Boston defense. They've got to attack and then find open shooters.
Foul on Jermaine O'Neal. That is his 5th. The Knicks up by 3. They double up on Stoudemire momentarily. Shot clock to 7. Stoudemire digging into the fire. Garnett and able to hit on the spin. What a move by Amari Stoudemire, who has 26 points. The Knicks now lead by 5 with just under 3.5 remaining in the fourth. Nice pass. It counts in the foul. Rondo finding Allen, and Ray Allen will go to the line.
Well, before the game, we asked Mike D'Antoni if he would play Douglas and Billups together. He said, yes, I really like it offensively. The only question is, can they handle Ray Allen defensively? And Douglas not big enough to guard Allen, and a nice read there from the Celtics and from Rondo in particular on that post-up from Ray Allen.
Second foul on Douglas. 3-point play for Allen. He has 21 points in all. Boston back within 2. Game that has seen 13 ties, 8 lead changes. Knicks have led by as many as 12. Anthony for 3. Rebounded by Allen. Rondo with a dangerous pass, fielded by Pierce, but he's called for a travel. Paul Pierce not able to save it.
Yeah, good idea from Rondo, but in this situation, 3 minutes left, you've got to be sure. And you see Stoudemire a moment ago. Watch this move. Jumps up, spins around 360. I don't know if there's ever been a big man in the NBA with his athleticism and grace around the basket.
Outstanding game for Amari Stoudemire. 26 points, 10 rebounds, just under 3 to go now in the fourth. Here's Stoudemire, got the step. Oh! Amari Stoudemire again.
I didn't even know that ball went through the hoop. That was so quick. How did he get it there?
6 of 7 from the field here in the fourth. Here's Allen. He's blocked.
Now this is what everybody was concerned about in Boston. If the game was close down the stretch, could the Celtics guard New York?
How about Ronny Turiaf? 5 block shots. Douglas for 3, but a whistle that will not count. Offensive fouls. Offensive foul on Stoudemire, so that's his 3rd.
Well, between Carmelo and Amari, they've got 2 guys who can create something out of nothing. Watch this one. Driving left against probably the best defender in the NBA in Kevin Garnett, and Amari puts it down. tiring. How about the play of Amar'e Stoudemire just taking over for New York with Billups and Carmelo struggling from the field. And he's done it in a variety of ways. We've seen the drives, we've seen the jump shots, we've seen the spectacular moves around the hoop, and then the powerful finishes like this one over Kevin Garnett. And Marv, somewhere in Phoenix, Alvin Gentry, yes, is feeling a little queasy right now, thinking,
Queasy.
Yeah, thinking we'd be in the playoffs right now if we still had that guy.
Amar'e's come back strong from that sprained left ankle. 12 points in all in the fourth for Stoudemire. Here is Pierce. It brings Boston within 2 with 2 minutes to go in the fourth.
Great execution from Boston, going to their go-to guy, Paul Pierce, for the jumper.
They're on their feet here at the TD Garden. Turiaf left open, blocked. Garnett got a piece of it, it's saved. And there's a new shot clock, and the Celtics bench wondering why. Why was it reset?
I didn't think it hit the rim, Mark.
Doesn't matter now, though. Time did go off the clock as Anthony got stripped. A minute and 20 seconds remaining in the fourth. Boston in possession, down by 2. Here is Pierce. Lands in the hands of O'Neal, and the game is tied. Jermaine O'Neal is 6 for 6 from the field. 12 points, 4 rebounds, 3 block shots. Coming up on a minute remaining in the fourth. Here's Phillips. He got the step. Phillips rebounded by Turiaf. Anthony for 3. Phillips is hurt. Play continues. Pass for Allen was overthrown again by Rondo.
Wow, that was a tough blow if you're a Celtics fan. With Chauncey at the other end injured, if Rondo just pulls up, they've got a 5-on-4, and eventually they're going to get a good shot. That's 2 mistakes Rondo has made trying to throw the ball ahead.
Celtics had a power play going. Instead, it's
that's right.
Their 18th turnover as Billups is guided off the floor.
Meanwhile, another spectacular play from Jermaine O'Neal. And it looked like maybe Billups tweaked that left ankle. Not sure. And then Anthony thought that 3 was down. It was halfway down. He was running back. He couldn't believe it didn't go in.
Chauncey has missed 6 games since coming to the Knicks with a deep bruise in his left thigh. I don't know if that was re-aggravated. Here's another look. What a job here by Ronny Turiaf.
Turiaf and Jermaine O'Neal have kind of been the respective unsung heroes for their teams. Look at Jermaine's challenge. No block shot there. Maybe they did give him credit for it, but he has done a phenomenal job both scoring-wise and defensively, and we'll see if Chauncey is okay. Anthony Carter is going to come in for him for this possession.
We're down to 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. You saw Billups head off.
And that's huge because Billups obviously the much better shooter, and Boston can play off of Carter.
Billups back to the Knick locker room. Both teams have a foul to give. Douglas for 3 and hits. Tony Douglas, who has certainly had his share of huge moments from downtown. He's had ups and downs, but obviously not afraid of the moment. Able to fire and hit the 3 to give the Knicks the lead.
Ernie Johnson in Atlanta. Man, the way this day is going, let the higher seeds beware. Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder, number 4, facing number 5 Denver about 9 minutes from now. But what a finish we've got brewing in Boston. Knicks and Celtics. Back to Marv and Steve, guys.
Thank you, Ernie. Both teams have a foul to give. The Knicks have a full timeout remaining. Boston with 2:20s and a Celtic ball. They're down by 3.
Ideally, you get a quick shot here and you get a 2-for-1, but you don't want to take a bad shot if you're Doc Rivers. So,
whoa! How about that? Whoa! The alley-oop from Rondo to Garnett with No time off the clock.
Would you call that a quick shot? I'd say that was a quick shot. What a play drawn up by Doc Rivers in the timeout.
Now, often a 2-for-1 can result, as you say, in a bad shot. Some coaches don't believe in that. They took a chance here. It passed right on target, and so that's a good shot. It paid off.
Back in Boston, where if the Knicks are going to win, they're going to have to do it without Chauncey Billups. He suffered a strain with a knee on that collision underneath, and obviously will not be back for the rest of the game, Mark.
And the factor that you have to consider there is you wonder his status the rest of the series. They got away with Tony Douglas hitting a 3 a moment ago as Douglas came on for Billups. A 1-point Knick lead, half-minute remaining. Nearly stolen by Pierce. Then on the shot clock. Offensive foul call. It is on Carmelo Anthony. It is his 5th. Boston gets it back with 21 seconds remaining. The Knicks clinging to a 1-point lead as you take a look at the move by Anthony, which led to the call. Chicago, Game 2 at NBA TV Tuesday, Atlanta and Orlando. Knicks do not have any timeouts remaining. Boston has a 20. Knicks do have a foul to give, and a timeout is taken by Rondo, so that is their final.
Boston without a timeout. Jeffries all over the ball, and he bothered Rondo the first time, and that's why Rondo didn't have the vision to find Pierce. So Boston has to throw it in, and as you mentioned, Marv, no timeouts for either team. So if Boston does score, New York has to just go.
And the officials over to the scorers table, apparently to check on the timeout scenario.
Yeah, and both teams have a foul to give, too, which could factor in here.
Rondo watched by Jeffries, who kicks it into the stands.
Looked like a little extra time came off the clock.
Boston down by a point. No call made. They would have fouled out Anthony. Here is Allen for 3. Yes! The Celtics have taken the lead. It's without a timeout. 2-point lead. Here comes Douglas. Douglas with 8 seconds. 7. Got a 5. Got a 4. Anthony for the win. It is all over. Ray Allen with a clutch 3-pointer. And the Celtics have come away with an 87-85 victory in Game 1.
Look at the execution from Boston, freeing up Ray Allen for his 1 millionth clutch shot in his career. And then at the other end, not a good look from Carmelo Anthony, settling for about a 28-footer. He's got to put the ball on the floor and attack.
So the Celtics make it 10 straight over the Knicks here in Boston. Game 2 back here at the TD Garden Tuesday night, and right here on TNT starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks to our producer Scott Cockrell, director Suzanne Smith, our statistician Brian Taylor. The final score, a terrific game here in Boston. And the Celtics pull it out after the bad first half. Knicks shoot 54% of that first half. The Celtics win at 87-85. To Steve Kerr, David Aldridge, and the rest of the crew, I'm Marv Albert saying good night from Boston. Coming up, Game 1 between the Nuggets and Thunder. We'll take a quick break and then on to Ian Eagle and the Czar in Oklahoma City.